Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. I'm going to share with you perspective from an XRP chart analyst who says that XRP chart today is starting to look a whole lot like 2017, and we know what happened in 2017. That was when the great face melt occurred. Faces melted from XRP rocketing up in price, starting the year around half a penny, and then about a year later it was damn near $4. And in terms of structurally what is occurring on the charts, this particular analyst says, looks like the same damn thing is forming like literally right now. And I think that given the sentiment of the XRP community, I think this would be a good opportunity to remind everyone of the big picture here, because short-term sentiment will always be what it is. But my gosh, things have never been better for XRP and the XRP community. Set aside price. Because, I mean, well, even in price, though, it's still been fantastic enough that XRP's always been in the top 10 cryptos by market cap. But, I mean, if you can consider real-world adoption, if you consider that XRP is the only large-cap coin in existence that has legal clarity within the United States, I think all of that functionally matters. And we're entering bull zone. Well, I mean, we've been in bull mode for over a year, frankly, but we're not in the euphoria stage yet, are we? Certainly doesn't look like it anyway. And then there's also this article, and I'll cover this in the last part of the video, 10,000 votes target achieved to bring smart contracts to XRP ecosystem. So they're talking about the Hooks Amendment here, which would allow for smart contract functionality on layer 1, on the XRP ledger. Now, if that happens, I can only imagine what that would mean for the future of XRP, because XRP Ledger, even without smart contract functionality, it's still in the top 10. The market has decided it makes sense for XRP to be here, despite the fact that there's less developer activity compared to like smart contract chains. Because, well, there are reasons, obviously. Obviously, XRP is just broadly good at payments. As long as this doesn't hinder XRP's utility in terms of payments, I'm all for it. So I want to hear more perspective from the awesome, badass tech nerds out in our community, but the community wants this. You will see, and if I'm telling you, like, if this happens, this will just further ensure the long-term viability of XRP, so long as it does not hinder anything on the payment side. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. And so here's a headline from Crypto Newsland: XRP's potential $10 surge. Analyst predicts bullish outbreak. And I don't need to read the article. They're covering perspective from XRP chart analyst Crypto Patel. And you don't have to be a chart guy to understand that the idea behind this makes sense. Check this out. He writes, is this finally XRP's time to shine? Will hit $10? Last bull, XRP seriously underperformed while stuck fighting the SEC. Bitcoin hit new highs while XRP failed to pass 2017's $3.30 all-time high. And I'll just pause to note there, depending on what source you go to, who you ask, you're going to find different numbers for the all-time high. So if you're wondering why he's not saying $3.92 or $3.84, pick an index, look how they're tracking it. They pull data in different ways. It is what it is. So I just thought I'd mention that. And then he says, but with the SEC case now won, the floodgates may finally be open. Similar triangle breakdown to 2017 is forming. If 2017's 40,000% pump repeats, we could see mind-blowing $10 plus XRP. So a couple of things there. On the SEC front, yes, I could not more firmly agree with that perspective. Because XRP last market cycle, despite that attack from the SEC and all sorts of people being scared out of potentially purchasing XRP, XRP still moved in tandem, still jumped up to $2. That was its high for the cycle. So now that XRP has legal clarity, it is now unshackled. The next time the market runs, it looks like we're leading up to that right now, which is why I think it makes sense to be very excited for what's going to happen over the next 6 to 12 months, roughly. Yeah, I think XRP, as long as Bitcoin goes to a new all-time high, I'll be shocked if XRP doesn't. Which doesn't mean for sure it is. I'm not making a price prediction. I don't know. I'm just saying I'd be surprised if it doesn't under those circumstances. And so he's noting here, actually, the charts looks kind of samey. And now, just to be clear, when he says 2017's 40,000% pump repeat, he's not literally saying it would be 40,000% from this level. And even in the chart, that he's not showing that. He's noting if that type of setup were to play out, it would be a similar type of move. Not that the percentage would be the game. You're never going to get the same multiplier effect from one cycle to the next, because once there's way more money into XRP than there was the cycle before, well, as that happens, obviously it's going to take that much more money just to get to double, triple, quadruple. Same thing with Bitcoin. It's the same reason that with this being the fourth major cycle that there's ever been, with every single cycle that has happened so far, there's been a substantially decreased multiple for Bitcoin, because it takes that much more money flowing in to get it to double, triple, quadruple. Well, same is true for XRP. So he's not saying it's 40,000%. And some people do have a hard time understanding that, but it is what it is. And then he said, survived 2,291 brutal bear days. That's 6+ years. This coiling pattern signals ripples ready to erupt. And that's the one thing where I will not forgive him. It's XRP, damn it. He must have misspoke. My accumulation zone, 40 to 50 cents. Targets would be 90 cents, $1.95, $4, $7, and $10. So those are important levels that he thinks to watch in terms of resistance. But he thinks it's going, and he wraps up by saying, if you believe in parabolas, triangles, and cycles, XRP may be on the launching pad again here. And we will see what happens, but I've made my stance clear in terms of what I think is most probable. It's coming. And if you're the type that thinks that, utility matters and will win the day. Who said that? Who came up with that phrase? If you believe that, this next story might get you a little hot and bothered, get you a little excited, Here's the headline from the Crypto Basic. 10,000 votes target achieved to bring smart contracts to XRP ecosystem. So there's still a long road ahead, but it's plausible this could occur. And also, I'll say, too, with the XRPL sidechain Zahao being live with the hooks technology implemented already, that's a real-world test example, which I think it could go a long way in terms of convincing validators to vote in favor for this once we get to that point. But anyway, piece reads as follows. The XRP community has overwhelmingly supported introducing smart contract-like functionalities on the XRP blockchain, which hooks would facilitate. Recently, VET, an XRP Ledger ambassador, surveyed the XRP community's stance on introducing smart contract functionalities to XRPL via hooks. VET conducted the poll via the social media platform X over the weekends. The poll asked, do you want hooks, native smart contracts, on the XRP Ledger? And folks, this goes back to something that our community's been talking about a lot lately, the degree to which developer activity matters for any blockchain. And unquestionably, the answer is yes, that it matters, but for some chains, there's proof it matters more than others. So it's in there is, there's not bad developer activity for XRP and the XRP Ledger, but does it really surprise anybody that if you look at pick a smart contract platform, is it any surprise that those platforms have more developers, given that you can do more stuff if you have smart contract functionality? Is anybody surprised by that? And so that's not a bad thing that necessarily. XRP is good at other stuff like blazing fast payments and stuff. So it's not the end all be all, but it would be nice to have it. And to drive the point home further, I mentioned this in a couple of videos in recent weeks. If you look at Tron, it has abysmal developer activity. Is there one or two? There's almost no, I showed the number at the time. It might have been 16 actually. There's almost no developer activity, and it was at the time when I was reporting, I think it was number 13 in market cap. It actually might have moved up. Actually, I think I saw it in the top 10 the other day. It has almost no developer activity. What does that tell you? Is the market accidentally pumping stuff and then it just stays up there for a long time? Or is it the case that there are reasons that coins in the top 10 or even if you say in the top 20 or 50, is there a reason that if they're hanging out there for a long time that they should be there? The market says yes. And so in the case of Tron, Raoul Paul pointed out, former Goldman Sachs exec, very pro XRP guy, founder of Real Vision, he noted that Tron's why is it doing so well? It's doing so well because it has the largest stablecoin ecosystem in all of crypto, basically. So it's not the only thing that should be looked at here. And so XRP, very good at payments, adopted for other things, big community, all sorts of reasons, right? But that's why I was saying at the outset of this video, even though I think XRP is safe right now, and I think people are, if you're trying to figure out how to weight the importance of each individual metric that makes up the totality of confidence in a crypto, I think some people right now are putting too much weight on the importance of developer activity. And the only reason I say that is because some people are freaking out that there's not enough, as if this means that XRP is not going to go. And I'm just like, but it's in the top 10 and always has been. Doesn't that mean the market doesn't agree with you? And so that's not me saying developer activity doesn't matter. I say it does, and we should always push for more. Of course, I am firmly on that side. I just think that some people are freaking out more than is necessary. Yeah, go ahead and push for it. We're all going to agree on that. And to that end, if you want that, pass hooks. Get it implemented, because that's native smart contract functionality on the XRP ledger, and it will draw in more developer activity. So I do believe, yes, I'm on board. I'm not arguing against anybody that's saying developer activity matters. I'm agreeing. I'm just saying the rest of the market is like, yeah, but it's fine where it is. Otherwise, XRP wouldn't be number 10 within the number 10 coins in market cap. It just wouldn't be. After a decade, no. There are other metrics that people are looking at very clearly, or else this would not be the case. Anyway, piece continues. Participants were given 2 options, yes or no. At press time, the inquiry has concluded with an overwhelming majority voting affirmatively for hooks. Specifically, the poll attracted 11,503 respondents, with 93.6% voting yes, while just 6.4% picked no. And there's the total on the screen. Technically, 10,766 individuals have endorsed introducing smart contract-like functionalities to XRP Ledger. Importantly, this substantial endorsement carries significant weight in the broader decision-making process regarding the approval of hooks for XRP Ledger. Specifically, Richard Holland, the CTO of XRPL Labs and lead architect of hooks, recently revealed that the smart contract-based proposal must be integrated into the RippleD codebase before it can undergo a vote. He further explained that the team will initiate a new poll request if the community garners 10,000 affirmative votes on a poll for hooks on mainnet. After the recent poll garnered over 10,000 affirmative votes, Vet resurfaced Holland's remarks, accompanied by a cheerful emoticon indicating that the community has achieved the necessary milestone for the hooks team to proceed with renewed efforts to introduce smart contracts to XRP Ledger. And folks, I have to acknowledge, that is an overwhelming number. Almost everyone in the XRP community wants hooks. Almost all of us. Now, I consider myself in that group. Could I be persuaded to say, no, we shouldn't do this? Yeah, give me a good reason, though. Is it a significant tech concern? Because, like, you are risky. Like, it is a substantial risk. Because no matter how confident you are and how much you test the code, there's always that possibility something goes wrong. And there are billions of dollars on the line. Literally. In terms of the actual, if you look at the market cap of XRP very clearly. So I want it, but anytime you make any change, it's a risk. Now, that being said, there have been other big changes before. Like, look what happened with ETH. Ethereum converted a proof of stake. It's not like that wasn't a risk. That was a major hurdle. So to say that we couldn't get an amendment passed that would not break everything, and then we have smart contract functionality, yes, I think that we should strive towards that, as long as it doesn't decrease the utility of XRP as important blockchain for payments. Because again, I think that's a key piece, a truly crucial piece that has resulted, a metric that has resulted in XRP always being in the top 10 coins by market cap. I think that, because it's less common. All sorts of platforms are focusing on other stuff. XRP is really good at this, and there's a special need for it. There is this niche, and it does some other cool stuff, built on decentralized exchange, obviously, all that jazz. I'm just saying, don't break that. That is why XRP where it is where it is. Don't break any of that. If we can add to it, I'm in. If there's some substantial risk that we're going to break something, then I'd be less confident. But I'm optimistic it is possible to move forward and have this extra functionality, which will lead to more developer activity. And again, it's just one more thing. But again, developer activity is not the end-all be-all. And I think that the vast majority of projects being built on any blockchain are going to cease to exist in the future. Because it's a time of entrepreneurial endeavor with new technologies, trying stuff that's never been done before. Most ideas will be proven to be bad ideas and fail. But I admire people going out and trying stuff. And some of these ideas are going to be successful and huge. And we can't even imagine the degree to which they're going to impact our lives in the coming decades. And that's why you do that. It's the same with people experimenting with the internet decades ago, with the advent of the internet and the dot-com boom and bust. So in the 90s, you didn't know we were going to have Uber. We didn't know we were going to have Facebook and, YouTube and all that stuff. Google, we didn't know. So a bunch of business ideas were tried, almost all of them failed, and then we had some winners, and it was transformative. So all that to say, most of the developer activity, are they going to be building the things that they're building today in a decade from now? Doubt it. I think the chance is about a 0% that most of the developers are going to be doing exactly what they're doing a decade from now, but there are going to be winners. And the XRP ledger itself is one of the winners, clearly. The market has decided to this point. And yes, things could change and it could fall out of the top 10, but I don't see a reason to think that's probable at this time. And I don't even think that developer activity is one of the reasons. If that were a problem, XRP would have fallen out long ago, especially with the SEC attack. If developer activity were actually a problem and the market thought so, it would have dropped out years ago. Years and years ago. So again, that's not me saying developer activity isn't important. Nobody misconstrue what I'm saying. I'm saying it is important. We should push for it. And I'd like to see smart contract functionality on the XRP ledger. So nobody twist what I'm saying here, please. All I'm saying is, and I'm trying to be pretty clear here, it's because I see some people going too far in one direction, panicking, thinking that XRP is going to just fall apart because of the level of developer activity, when the truth is, on the whole, the trend has been upwards in developer activity. Yeah, it's smaller than for smart contracts platforms, but is that surprising? Is that even bad? Not completely convinced here. So, anyway, long story short, as far as this goes, obviously, again, over 10,000 votes achieved, and they're moving forward with this here. So, again, as long as this doesn't mess up anything with payments, I'm all for it. I'd like to see this implemented. Clearly, the community wants it, and as long as all the badass tech nerds say it's not going to result in the loss of billions of dollars in all likelihood, on a scale of 1 to 10, I give it 2 thumbs up. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.